races, especially those that are a little hard to get to.
Yeah, kind of like off the chart. Nobody expects you to get there.
Straight up.
Exactly. Yep. All right, here we are at. We are still here. Let me move this camera around so I can get you guys in. This is the best lighting we can get was there, so
Great.
it's kind of shining off my head, so I'll get off there. But all right, this is Soften the Glare.
It's it.
Okay, and you guys, are you guys headlining tonight? Or what time you guys?
We're going late, so yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not going to be the walkout music, though.
Okay.
Because that's what happened. Actually, you know what? I saw STP headline a radio show, and they were just fantastic. And, man, there were still people walking out. I'm like, you all suck. But most of the people stayed, and usually the last band at a big, long day festival is kind of the walkout music. Everybody wants to beat feet and beat the traffic and all that. But
So I think we're second to last.
Yeah, we're second to last.
Okay.
Exactly. So we don't have to be the walkout music tonight.
So, how long have you guys been together? Quite some time?
Coming on 3 years?
3-4 years. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
3 years like that. Yeah. That's
Okay.
it.
And how did you guys get together? How did you guys kind of assemble?
Oh, so romantic. Bond sent me flowers.
Yeah. Wined and dined, yeah.
I met Bond. Bond and I both play, Warwick Framus. I'm a Warwick guy. He's a Framus guy, and we met out at NAMM. And he was playing with the band Tiny Boxes, and North Carolina native, and I'm North Carolina. So is Mitch here. And with Tiny Boxes, once we figured out that we were close enough to each other, Bond was cool and asked if I wanted to sit in, and so I did. And one of those.
Mitch was sitting in that night.
Yeah, I was sitting in
that night.
Yeah.
So that's when I met Mitch, and then Bond was working on his solo record, and asked us to do a couple songs with him for that. And from there, we just kept writing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So 3 years. How many? Do you guys got albums, EPs? What do you guys? No, not yet.
I started playing out. We're gonna record this.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
It's hard,
We just started touring.
Like everybody else, we have, not that much time to get together. Bond drives 2.5 hours to
wow.
rehearse for
Wow.
3, and then drives another 2.5 back. So, and he's an hour and a half, I'm an hour and 15 away. So we congregate in a central location, and so over the last really couple years that we've really been messing around with these songs. That's how it started for us, man.
Yeah. I had toured with Bond earlier, so I already knew him. And
Yeah.
so it all came around.
Well, rock and family's kind of small. You kind of meet people, and
Meet a lot of people.
yeah. And it's kind of hard to forget because it's it's a small family and everybody There was another band I interviewed earlier. Each guy is in. There's like 4 guys and they're all in 4 different bands, but they all play together, just not together with the other band. So it's really kind of crazy how you meet up with people and. So it's cool that their stories are just unlimited on how people meet people. It's like like you said, you send me flowers. And sometimes it's like that. It's like,
Can be.
come on, please. So what were you guys' influences growing up? How did you guys get started? I mean, for yourselves.
Wow, I got a pretty long story, but we'll keep it short and quaint. So I grew up in a real very churchy setting. So a lot of the first music that I was exposed to was choral, orchestral band on the churchy side of things, which was awesome. There's so much. There's great writing in there. There's great emotion in it, great passion in it as well. So. That was some of my first stuff. And then, of course, Dad was into music, and when Dad would leave, I wasn't supposed to get into the records. And of course, that's the first thing a kid does, especially me. When Dad would leave, I'd bust out the records, and it was Jimi Hendrix and Doobie Brothers and, Beatles and all the really iconic stuff. He had a bunch of it in his record collection. So I got exposed to all that stuff pretty early on, too.
Okay.
Yeah, I started early.
Your dad owned a record store.
My dad owned a record shop and a radio station. And,
Really?
Yeah, I was an Elvis impersonator to start out. I was playing everything, but that led to being on stage with Elvis twice.
No shit.
So early in when I was a kid, 'cause I'm 48 now.
No, you're not.
Yes, yeah,
You
something
are.
like that.
Yeah.
28. But yeah, and I started playing drums around 5 years old, doing the Elvis thing, all that.
Yeah.
And they went from being into Elvis and the Monkees to Kiss and Van Halen.
Monkeys,
and,
that's awesome.
Yeah, just everything. And yeah. here I am.
And how'd you get started?
I started out listening to rock and roll in the
Yeah.
late 60s, early 70s, and then all the classic bands, Led Zeppelin,
Right.
Ozzy and everything, and then drifted over towards jazz rock and discovered jazz through jazz rock, and then kind of combined that and then just started playing more in that vein.
Okay.
And that's pretty much what I've done most of my career.
It's good talking because I'm 40. I'll be 48 New Year's
Yeah.
Eve, and it's good talking to older band members because I can, we can relate to where the rock started. Where everything got started. When you said the Monkees, oh my God, I used to watch them all the time. And a couple of the other guys. They're talking about original Pink Floyd and growing up listening to Zeppelin, and my first album was Kiss Rock and Roll Over, and so it's good. When you can I can connect with other, because then you talk, I got to see so and so open for Metallica. I saw Metallica open for Ozzy Osbourne, long time ago. So
I saw the first Black Sabbath tour.
did you really?
Ferris
Oh my
Verpoots tour.
God, that'd have been fucking awesome. Where'd you see him?
Philly.
Really?
I lived near Philly, the Spectrum used to bring in everybody all the time. But,
Yeah.
I saw Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, he saw Zeppelin.
Yeah, you saw Zepp, dude.
Yeah.
Did you meet Jimmy or
No
No,
shit.
you just no, but you got to see him, right?
Yeah, I got to see him.
You got to see Jimmy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was a show that was, there was nothing like it in those days,
Absolutely not. Man, well, he was a
Philly was a good spot. All the bands came through Philly.
Yeah.
So, and it was eclectic. You'd have Ozzy, and then you'd have like a singer-songwriter band. Like I saw Fleetwood Mac when they were still a blues band.
No shit.
Before Stevie Nicks joined, and Spirit and all these older bands. I saw Jay Giles when they were a blues band.
Yeah.
Before they became an MTV sensation.
Yeah. Before MTV came out and made everybody a rock star, and then now it's not even a music station.
Yeah.
That is really cool. Yeah. I got to see Autograph opened up for Motley Crue in '84. That was my first concert.
Okay.
I was a sophomore in high school.
I saw them open up for Van Halen on it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just, thinking back about all the concerts that we saw growing up, and man, we saw some kick-ass fucking bands.
Yeah. In their heyday.
Exactly, in their heyday.
When they were just full bore doing it.
I love watching these kids today going, I'm going to see GNR.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, I saw that tour. I saw the original guys.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Open up for Motley Crue, Girls.
Now,
Yeah.
I just saw something about Steven. They did a show
He got
with
up.
him or something. He got up. That's interesting. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
But what's his name? Izzy. He was a no go on the whole thing. So.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I always tell people, it's like, if you didn't see him the first 6 or 7 months, you didn't see the original.
Yeah, you didn't
That was
see him.
Pretty much it. But yeah.
Yeah,
so-
one of my listeners posted, Fat Axel is fucking awesome. No. Sorry, Axel, but I just when you get to see, like you said, Led Zeppelin and Elvis and all them, Jesus Christ, that's just, I mean that's awesome.
Yeah.
I wish I could have seen them, and I even got to see Billy Joel.
Oh, wow.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Didn't get to see that.
God, that was so
Yeah.
great.
He's a real rock and roller,
He is.
Oh, yeah.
He is.
a real rock and
My mother tried to steer me away because I got Kiss, I got Ozzy, and then I got Glass Houses. Billy Joel's Glass Houses was my third. She bought that for me,
Yeah.
trying to kind of steer me away from the heavy shit. And then I went back out and bought Bark at the Moon.
Right.
So what do you guys got coming up? What's next after this Smoky Mountain Mayhem?
Next Friday, we start a 7-day little run.
It's
Yeah.
the end.
Okay.
We just finished up 15 dates and had a break, and we're doing this festival, and then we go out next weekend to finish it off.
Where are you guys heading?
Southeast. We're going to Raleigh, Florence,
Wilmington.
Wilmington, Louisville.
Louisville, Kentucky.
Okay.
Yeah.
So staying in this area
Yeah.
mostly.
Yeah.
Do you guys have anything like major, coming up through the country, or?
So I think
Well, September we have another run, but it's going to be the Northeast.
Okay.
Yeah. And then beyond that,
Yeah,
I
we're
think
gonna-
the
we're gonna do a
main
record.
focus is to get us in the studio over the fall and winter. And once the touring season, kind of comes to its natural end,
Yeah.
we'll try to get in the studio and get these songs recorded and made for everybody.
How many do you have written?
We kind of got together and just started writing.
Yeah.
First it was Ryan and I. We just started writing, and then we're like, this is kind of cool. Let's get a drummer, and
Yeah.
start writing with a drummer. And then we did that. And then it was like, well, let's go out and play when we had enough tunes. It was
Yeah.
like, let's go out and play. So everything was just like a natural progression. So now we've got enough for an hour and a half set, and now we're going to go record it.
Okay.
Probably
That's
16, 17 songs.
16, 17 songs.
Oh, okay. So you guys have plenty of music to put on an album.
Yeah, we're putting the polish on them out here.
Yeah.
And,
Right.
and things have changed, which is
Yeah,
really
things
cool.
have changed, and we write all the time. I mean, every
Yeah.
week we come up with different ideas, so
Yeah.
the tunes just start stacking up.
Right, yeah. And when you have, experience behind you, it's not something to where you have to sit and think. It's just kind of, oh, I got an idea.
Yeah.
Is that how it does when you
still got
guys?
to sit and think.
Well, yeah, no, I mean,
but,
well, when you're putting it together, but I mean, when you come in, if somebody comes in with a riff or somebody comes in with a lyrics, and then you can build off it, and
Yeah.
it's always good to see, more. I don't want to say more experience because I don't want to seem like I'm being a dick talking down to the new people,
Yeah,
the new smaller bands. But
Yeah.
it is a process. I mean, as you grow older, and get more mature, your music matures,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
easier for you to put it together.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, yeah, you've been through it. So
Exactly.
You have the experience behind it.
Yeah.
And you
and-
learn to do the band speak, music speak.
Yeah.
Where you're not necessarily counting off, this bar or, a DSL coda. You're not going rote with it. You're going, let's go back to that first riff. Let's go to riff A or, and do that, 2 more bars to get in a little bit of transition period. So you
Yeah.
learn you kind of
develop
develop your
your-
own
yeah, you learn some
language
techniques,
and
Right.
you learn to communicate
Yeah.
in nonverbal ways as well. And learn to listen to each other as you're starting to put the pieces together. Whoa, hold on. Let me work on this real quick because I've got an idea, and
Yeah.
and everybody gives each other that kind of space to work and to really hone ideas.
Well, that's good. I mean, it's good you guys could work off each other and everything comes together. And as I was telling everybody else, if you guys ever decide to go on tour, go on any app store, iPhone or Droid, and we have a thing on there called Asgard Connect. And there's only about 10 names on it now, but I just started it. But it connects you with people around the country that are willing to put bands up in their house when they're on their tour. So you don't have to spend money on
Perfect.
hotels.
that.
You don't have to spend. You don't have to go to stay the night in your van or whatever.
Well, we're totally road dogging it. We do it
Yeah.
old school. He and I switch for the floor every other night.
Oh, do you?
So it is old school, definitely in the trenches.
Yeah, so I mean, we do have people out there that are willing to put up bands, help them out because we know, you don't make a lot of money. We understand, and there's so much out there. So I'm trying to
Are
get
you
more
saying
people.
report?
Yeah, on the road, yes. In real life, maybe not. But on the road, we do understand it is, there is a struggle,
Absolutely.
and we want to help out as much as we
Right
can
on.
for anybody. It doesn't matter, if it's a 2-week band that's just coming out, or like you guys who are seasoned, but you still need help. Everybody needs help.
But
And
we've been splitting it up. We have Bon has a lot of friends through Falconry that he knows that have been really kind
And
to
we've
us.
played a
and-
lot of markets. We know people in different markets.
Right,
You know,
that's
from our
good.
past, we've run into people that help us out.
yeah, and that's great, and like I said, it's called Asgard Connect. It'll connect you with different people, and to help you guys out, give you a place to stay. You don't have to be scrunched up in a van or on the floor, and and if you're ever up, I'm in Northwest Indiana. If you're ever up there, I'm on there. Give me a call.
Yeah.
I got plenty of space.
Right on, right
A lot
on.
of room. So
Cool.
Yeah, we were just out that way.
Yeah,
were you really?
Yeah, we just played
Yeah.
Beacons and Beacon.
Pekin and Joliet.
Yeah. It's Joliet. That's about an hour from me.
Yeah.
Not that bad.
We got a good buddy in Evansville, so south.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
good. Yeah, so anytime you guys are around, let me know.
Yeah.
When you guys get your album out, please contact me. Let me know so we can get you on air.
Thank you. That'd be great.
Start promoting the shit out of it so when your next tour comes up, you know, people can hear you.
Awesome.
So,
Thank you, man.
all right, I'm getting wrap up signs
All right.
because they're gonna start doing more sound checks.
Gonna
It's
get
gonna
loud.
get real fucking loud. So,
All right.
thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
You guys have a great show,
you.
and hopefully I'll be able to get out there for your set and see you guys. So,
All right.
That'd be great, man.
all right, check them out.
Rock.
Find them on
Soften and
Facebook.
layer.
Find them on Facebook and buy their stuff so they can pay for tours. We'll be back, Asgard Radio.